Rats. You see them scurrying along subway tracks, foraging through trash, lingering in the most dark, dank, and filthy conditions in the city. With a population that ranges anywhere between 250,000 to perhaps millions, New Yorkers have said enough and are demanding a plan to help eradicate the vermin, or at least control them. According to the apartment rental site renthop.com, rat complaints filed to the city's 311 line rose by roughly 10% last year alone. We'll see more of these creatures this summer as the weather creates favorable conditions for the rats not only to survive, but to multiply. So, what's the answer to fixing the rat problem? Well, here to provide perhaps some answers, a man often referred to as the rat czar and expert, Robert Corrigan, who's president of the Rodent Control Academy. Bobby, nice to have you here with us.
Thank you. Nice to be here.
So I just put out a number that goes from anywhere as low as 250,000 to perhaps millions. Do we have any real hard idea how many rats there are in the city?
You know, we don't. You know, it would be very difficult to even get an estimate on that. You know, the rats inhabit all kinds of areas where we can't count, we can't get visual ideas, so it's very difficult. There's probably millions, somewhere in the lower millions, but we're not for sure.
When we say that the rat population is growing, is that anecdotal, or are we able to really, in some scientific way, confirm that, yes, indeed, the rat population is increasing?
I think it is growing. You know, I say that from a couple different perspectives. I myself was an exterminator here back in the 70s, saving money for college. I did a lot of work in Manhattan. I remember myself how many rat jobs I did. But these days, as a scientist, I measure rat increases by speaking with many professionals that do this day in, day out around the city. I look at 311 data. I look at the supplies that are purchased for rat control. I think if you add it all up, in my opinion, the rats are, in fact, increasing. But the interesting thing is in some neighborhoods, some boroughs, they seem to be down, probably because we are getting a handle on it with some science. In some of the neighborhoods, like the borough of Manhattan, they seem to be down in numbers overall.
So not across the board?
No, not across the board.
Why do you think the increases are taking place?
Well, you know, it's difficult. You know, there's a lot of factors that influence rat populations and their growth. But the primary factor we need to look at is rats follow humans. So where human density increases and human populations increase, and with us humans come our garbage and our clutter and our debris and our litter and our infrastructure repairs. So the rats take advantage of wherever people increase. Many times they're right behind us.
Why would you think some neighborhoods are seeing a decrease while others are seeing an increase?
Well, it's a great question. And again, one subject to pretty intense scientific study, quite frankly. However, again, I think if you look at those areas that are showing increases, there too, I think you'll see an increase in density, and with the problems that come with density. It's more difficult to collect trash in a timely manner. You know, as more clutter, as more people, you know, in populations put out their trash piles and junk and so forth.
Is there any kind of a socioeconomic link, do you think, in terms of neighborhoods and the rise and fall of the rat population?
I think there is, and I think there's some good data suggesting that rats tend to be associated more, in more cases, with poverty-stricken areas, which actually makes sense. You know, in poverty-stricken neighborhoods, you're not going to have the best buildings with the best foundations and all the repairs being done. And rats need very small holes to get into decrepit foundations that are showing their wear over time, those maybe less expensive properties. So there's more harbage for those rats in those areas. Two, in those areas where, you know, people are subject to poverty and lower socioeconomic conditions, they may not be able to afford the services of professional exterminators. So they don't have a regular routine professional coming by and at least helping to keep those numbers in check. So there's a lot of factors that, yes, there's probably more rats associated with poverty-stricken areas.
So last area I want to touch on with you is what can we do?
Well, that's the key question right there, because that's the most important question. You know, the thing that for everyone to keep in mind is a rat is a relatively large mammal, even though it's small and scurries around the ground. The average adult rat eats from 1 to 3 ounces of food every single night. So if there's a lot of rats on someone's block or around somebody's property, the first thing someone should ask is, where are those rats getting their daily nutrition? And how am I responsible? Perhaps, am I responsible? Is there some other food source that I need to check? So where there's rats, there's usually food. And what can a resident do is ask that question, is where are they getting their food? And can I do something to help correct that?
And then last question for you, how about the city? What can we realistically expect the city to do to help combat this?
Well, first thing to keep in mind is a city with a city staff. They have a terrific staff here in Pest Control Services, Department of Health, but this is much bigger than one agency, right? There's millions of rats spread from every single borough. However, that said, I think the city's been making pretty impressive moves forward because they're allocating money towards science. For the last 6, 7 years, money has been coming to the agencies where we can study data and study the science of rats. Why are they in certain neighborhoods? Where are the reservoirs of rats? And once we get the science to get a fuller profile on what is involved with these rats, then we can address it with more efficient ways. But the city has to keep up its constant surveillance, going up and down blocks for commercial and residential areas.
Bobby, I want to thank you for some really good information and some great advice as to how we can all pitch in to help this. Thanks for spending some time with us.
Thanks for having me. Thank you.